Alright, so I'm back out here working on that Sears 12.6 that I painted to be like a Roper 11 horse tractor or a 14, but this one's neither because it has a 7 horsepower 212 engine in it. So since the last video I painted the rims, I put these mower deck hangers on because my plan is to put this mower deck on it. I did paint this deck, this is the one that came with it. I put some newer pulleys on it, they're pulled off of who knows what that I parted out at some point in time. So hopefully that'll work. I didn't do much else. I think I changed out the pulley on the engine. There's a 4-inch on the engine going to whatever that one is back there on that Craftsman axle. And then there's a 3-inch here that's going to run the mower deck. And the mower deck is going to go a little slower than the engine, a little bit slower than it was originally intended for. So just make sure you have the engine at full throttle. And these decks always cut fine about half to 3/4 throttle anyway. So if it doesn't spin at 100% engine RPM, that's realistically fine. Worst case, I guess you just use second gear instead of third, or you just go a little slower. But I'm going to put that deck on here, and then I was going to explain on how the belt goes through the pulleys and stuff, but it's super complicated. So I'll just show you it when it's actually on the tractor instead of explaining it twice. So I'm going to get that mower deck on, come back, and show you that. Alright, so I did get that mower deck put on. Everything appears to be hooked up. I did push my foot on this attachment pedal, which engages the PTO, and I just slowly turn the engine over by hand with the recoil, and so far it hasn't came apart or anything. But I want to show you how this actually works here, because this is super complicated. This actually works. I'd be kind of, surprised. Okay, so I gotta lay down on this rolly thing because I gotta lay basically on the floor to show you this. But, alright, so you have the engine pulley. Alright, it goes to these two here, where the belt kind of separates. It twists, it goes more or less horizontally. So instead of vertical like that, it goes, I guess, horizontal on the engine to vertical. Goes back there. You can't even see it. You can't even see it back there. But back there, tip of my finger, there's 2 more pulleys where it turns the corner again and then goes to this front one here, which you also can't see. Maybe if I lower this down. No, you still can't. I can barely even see it, and I can't even get this camera in there to show you. So, yeah, that's the back ones. And then you have this front one where it actually drives the deck. It's super complicated. I'm not sure how that doesn't just fly apart, but we'll see if this actually works. I'm going to do a test run off camera because it's probably going to take some tinkering to get this to actually work. And then I'll come back and show you, hopefully anyway, a little bit of it actually mowing. Well, I just started it up and so far so good. If I push my foot on this, now it won't stay on, I have to hold it, but it's turning. Alright, so I'm out here in the side yard. I already did next to the building here and then another stripe back. But I mean, it does do a pretty good job. It did do something. The blades are very dull. I went a little bit faster the second time and you can definitely tell. But it seems to have plenty of power though. It doesn't really seem to bog it or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna mow from about here to maybe down to that concrete down there and just kind of see how it does. so there you have it. I mowed from the fence to the building area there down to here, probably 50-60 feet by, I don't know, 150 probably. It didn't take me that long, but of course our yard is way too big. It's actually 3 times what you're seeing right here. It's about 4.5 acres that I mow, plus, you know, we have all that. But this is way too small of a mower for what I need to do. But it's kind of nice to have something small, you know, to mow around things like in there and around things, whatever. So I think I'll use this for that. Otherwise, it's just a nice little tractor just to have in the collection. And it's just a bonus the mower deck actually works. So I'm pretty happy with it. I never actually painted that gas tank. I actually latched the hood, which on the other one of these that I have, I never latched the hood, so you don't really have to. I might paint that gas tank here at some point. But yeah, never even painted the bottom of the hood. I guess that I left the way that it is. Mow's pretty good, you know. There's a few things that it left behind considering, you know, like this here, I guess, because the blades are dull, you know, they're probably the original blades and haven't been sharpened. And I wasn't about to sharpen them because I completely didn't even think of that. The lift mechanism works really nice on this. It actually lifts up higher than some of the other ones that I have. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. More restorations similar to this one coming up soon.